Welcome to this video on update 27 for Medieval Kingdom Wars. Now, this update came out on the 1st of September 2017 if you're watching this in the future, and as it says here, we are back with another update just in time for the long weekend ahead. I must say that this update 27 is not the most impressive update we've had so far, but it hints on all the right spots. You'll notice a large number of annoying bugs that have been fixed, and the AI is back with a vengeance and much harder difficulty. There are a number of few new minor features that as well. Concentrating our efforts on several much bigger projects that will be ready later in September and early October. These projects include the research tree, basic diplomacy, transferring units between armies and towns, new level and town design, and a completely reworked and expanded tutorial prologue campaign. Now, the one that really grabs me, and I'm not demeaning any of the rest like research tree and diplomacy, is this, transferring units between army and towns. And to me, that will be a significant change because it will mean you will be able to raise units in a garrison and then transfer them to your armies. So you could build a recruitment center, which gives you a reason to build all those lovely military buildings in your town, say your major town. Now, they say this is a minor release. I'd say that this is actually a quality of life release because there's a lot of small changes in this release which is going to make a kind of significant difference in there. They all relate to the campaign, guys, so if you're really into skirmishing, well, maybe the AI changes will make the AI a bit more aggressive in a skirmish battle, but we're going to just go in on the campaign because what I've actually said now is that the campaign defaults to normal, which I assume is medium. And of course you used to have this slightly annoying habit of if you change this would always reset back to easy, but now it stays on medium, and if you change it, it stays the same. I'm just going to find Germany again. Not in Germany, England, sorry guys. Now, before I actually start the campaign, I'm just going to read a couple of the what you'd call some of the more minor ones and of the changes. It says battle AI fights much better in easy and medium difficulty, balance and improvements to the battle AI. So I've just got to tick these off as I do them so I know which ones I've done. They fixed a bug with the campaign progress not saving when you enter a town. And the one I've just talked about, the default campaign difficulty is now set to normal, and the difficulty will not change when you change factions. Now, a lot of the other ones now are actually related to the campaign, so let's just start the campaign and I'll see you on the campaign map. Right, here we are on the campaign map, guys. What I'm going to do now is pick up the army. I'm just going to move them out. As you can see now, we've now got this option now that's been introduced. You can attack a town, and it lists the towns nearby. Obviously, I assume that it lists the towns within a certain radius of your army. And we can also now attack an army, but of course there's no armies to be found in the nearby area. And of course something which is and there's something here which would be quite useful, which is to disband the army when you've actually had enough. If the army gets too damaged and it's not worth keeping, especially if you've got to pay upkeep for it. Now, I think what the next one is that it says here that unit armies and unit garrisons will now see their level on the map. Now, when I first saw that, I thought, oh, they haven't done it. But what they've actually done is that if all your units are level 1, it doesn't show them. They need a bit of rank to actually show up, which might be an oversight, but I don't think it's that big an issue. And the other thing also is now, if you click on here, you can delete a unit. Of course, we're not going to delete a unit, we're actually going to recruit a unit, which is another change now. They've reduced the cost of recruiting troops, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit a horse cart, because what I actually like to do is have a horse cart in my army to speed up the process of gathering wood when my army goes to war. And I think what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to attack, I think we're going to attack Maidstone. So here we are, guys. I've just got to orientate my map a little bit this way. I'd like to have
stand ready.
Get our cart out and
Of course, your worship.
get our
hammering, lads.
peasants chopping wood.
Of course, your worship.
Yeah, I think they're both chopping wood now.
So
Make you troll. Now, I'd like to thank Philip Johnson for reminding me this. I'm not sure if this is actually in the tutorial, or I missed it or what. But
orders.
if you let me just gather these guys together. He's a bowman.
Awaiting
and those
your
are basemen.
orders.
If I select,
Launch your arrows,
get these guys
men.
here.
Launch your arrows,
If you
men.
go control number, you make these guys into a group.
Look alert,
So
boys.
control 2 gets my infantry,
Bowmen,
and,
stand
and that
ready.
provides a very quick way.
Bowmen,
Apologies
move
if there's any coughs or
Awaiting your
throat clearing on
orders.
the video. I seem to be getting a little bit of something or other.
We'll wait our orders.
Oh, we've got a bowman and a maceman over here, so I think we'll make
Move.
maybe we'll make you control 4, and of course
Speak to me, my
we get our monks walking forward.
Humbly I go.
Of course, we're going to advance on the enemy,
We'll
but
wait
this
our orders.
really makes managing the troops. What I would
Archers
like,
are
to
doing
be, and this
it.
is very much a personal opinion, it'd be really nice if there was some way that you could select all the archers,
Is trouble brewing?
all the
Maces,
melee troops,
move
and all the
out.
cavalry, so that you could kind of select them. So like what I had to split all the troops out here into an area, so then I could select them to put them into a group. Where's the town? Just make sure it's actually up that way a bit, isn't it? I often lose the town. Oh, we've got a bit of terrain here. Oh, so it's over here. So I need to come up, send my archers.
Lord,
Got a couple of
move.
macemen mixed in with that. Troops, bugger.
Look alert, boys.
Okay,
Those iron balls.
and of course we're
I serve
bringing the
Lord
monks
on-
up as well. Just get them moving forward. And my 4th group, got a bowman. Get them up here. Yeah, we're just coming into the edge of the thing now. So one of the advantages with this is that you can actually now start to position troops like this. It just makes managing the army so much easier. Hey! Obviously we run into some of their peasants.
Our orders.
Get these guys here. Keep them coming in.
Is trouble brewing? Swing 'em,
Let's keep them.
boys.
Get that up.
Humbly I go.
Okay,
Lord, move.
in guys.
Balls coming.
Iron balls.
Release
And
your
of course-
arrows, lad.
Maceman
Swing
in.
'em, boys. Awaiting your orders.
In you go, guys. Get stuck in.
I serve the Lord on high.
And of course our monks, we can put our monks there. And it says here, these guys can heal nearby friendly units.
Launch your arrows, men.
And of course we're going to get our guys in here.
We'll wait our orders.
Awaiting your orders.
Come on guys, hack your way in, don't stand around. Do something.
Bowmen, stand ready.
Dost thou seek counsel?
Actually these guys can get in as well now.
Compel me.
As I say, when I fight Total War I actually don't use groups, but I think because we don't have that ability to see your entire army across the bottom like you would in Total War, I think the ability to put them into groups is a very powerful option,
Awaiting your orders.
and I think you guys can just get in here.
Bowmen, stand ready.
Wait,
Release your arrows, lad. Let your fletching sing.
these are archers. I've never really worked out the friendly fire mechanic in this game as well, so there we are, they're all dead. Yeah, I'm not sure if my archers are firing in here, whether I'm killing my own troops, so
Speak to me, my
okay.
child.
Give a mass heal, see if you guys can heal up.
Our blade will serve the realm.
Hopefully at the end of this, which is the reason I'm fighting the battle, is that my army will have some rank. As I say, I don't know if these guys are actually dying.
Is
It's quite,
trouble brewing?
see if we stand here.
I serve the Lord on high. Awaiting your orders.
Well, it doesn't look like they're taking friendly fire, but it can be a bit hard to tell actually, guys. And the other thing also, I might as well talk about it down here, because while we're finishing this battle off, it'll probably finish with there, is they've actually increased the amount of wood in each tree by 25%. Oops, got to stop, there we are. So that's another small kind of quality of life improvement. hopefully we will.
Your careened Carrick
There we are.
standing ready.
You can see here our archers did very well. Obviously our missile, our maceman and our knight didn't do that well, but our archers did very well. They've now got level 2 here, so that shows there. And it also applies to garrison, but obviously our garrison stood around here doing nothing, so they've got no rank, so they're all rank 1. And I think that's it. I think that kind of covers the unit. That shows more levels shown. I think that's that covered. And then it says there's a new actual map animation, walking animation. I presume that's for the army.
To their midships, my laird. Any damned fool can navigate the world sober.
I can't really comment on that, guys. Well, I suppose it makes the game look good. Actually, that's just for the sheer heck of it. Of course, you can still right-click on here to actually attack, and I think we'll just auto-resolve this for Southampton. We'll just go in and capture it. This is where I lose. Oh, wow, they were only mine, a tiny little settlement.
There was no way but fight or die, my lord.
Carrick ready to set sail.
This is the thing you've got to watch with the auto-resolve, guys. Look. But we can always train. How much does the surf cost? Surf is still 80, so we can get a surf back, and of course we can get a chicken back. Got plenty of cash, and what can we get here? Maybe we got bowmen here, so maybe we can get. These are just cheap bowmen. Maybe we'll get a long bowman in there. I'm sure that actually looks so. I'm kind of building the army up a little bit, and of course, what you can do now is you click on here. You can remove the bowman if you want, and of course, if you click. So what they've actually did is before you clicked on here, and it gave you an option to recruit, and you could recruit over there. What you've actually got now is you can actually remove them, and I think that's it. And it says the only other thing left on the list here, guys, is that it says fixed major bug with AI attacking player town and resolve always losing. I must admit I can't honestly say I've actually noticed that bug, but maybe that's not there. Oh, and the other thing is they've actually started work on the Marshall screen here. Of course, you can see our own army here. One thing I would say about this, and bear in mind that even in the release notes this says this is a work in progress. I personally would like, if you clicked on that and it says go to own army, maybe it would center on the army, because if so you could find the position of an army in, say, like that. Say, I mean, maybe UK is not there, but if you imagine you were fighting down here and you had an army up here in Paris, and you had another army right down here, and you wanted to kind of flip through them very, very quickly like that. See, this stays down here, where if this kind of scrolled up to where the army was, so you could actually see where they were, it could be useful. I mean, feel free to add a comment, guys. What's your opinions? What would you like to see? And the other thing I would probably say is if there was some form of indicator on here, whether the army was friendly or enemy for later on, and maybe a filter, because it says Emirate of Granada Army Alcala La Real, which I presume means that they are right down here somewhere. So maybe that army is a little bit far, but accepted, it's a work in progress, guys, so will all be revealed. I think that's about it. I can't just have a quick run through. We've done the Marshall window. Say across there. It says the cost in recruitment. It says reduce the silver price of unit on world map by 50%. I'm not sure if that was 50%. Maybe it was. I can't remember the old prices now. And this is. I don't want to recruit the garrison. Where's my army gone? Army, where art thou?
Your careened Carrick standing ready.
Maybe would we want a bit of cavalry, Hobler? Oh, I suppose these guys are. I think these guys were about 800 or 900. So maybe we'll get another Templar in this army. Build it up, and of course you've got the army power there. Don't know how big. Kent says it's army garrison barracks. Garrison 56. Is that right?
Trim tight to the midships.
Oh,
my
we're
lord.
72. Okay. So we could take Lewis as well. Okay, that's one just to go. Oops, no. Obviously, there's a bit of a range
Carrick
error
ready
with
to
this.
set sail. Carrick's to the four corners of the
Okay,
earth.
let's get this up
if you
here.
so desire it.
See if we can get in a little bit of a back down. Okay, we're going to go for Lewis because obviously we can't invade London. See, your army's been crushed. Okay,
Your careened
all that
Carrick
recruitment,
standing ready.
and we lost our things. Anyway, we got no money to recruit, but not important, guys, because this is just a demo. I think the moral of the story is, guys, fight your battles. We could have probably won that
Trim
battle
tight to the
if we'd
midships,
gone
my
there,
lord.
because we'd had, you know, the Templars and the Archers, and we've lost our longbowmen. So I think that's where I'm going to bring this video to an end. As I say, I want to keep it short and sharp to the point. I'm really looking forward to the introduction of diplomacy and the other elements to the game, and once the diplomacy and the economy has been put in place, I will actually start a formal let's play and fight a campaign on here, because I obviously want, if I'm going to commit to a campaign, I want enough mechanics there to be able to demo the game properly. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Feel free to add a comment, your opinion, and till next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.